Hey there folks, welcome to this video. Here I'm going to be talking about the WRC news that Danny Sordo has agreed to rejoin Hyundai for a 7th consecutive season. The 7-round program will be a car share with Sebastian Loeb, meaning it's 7 in his 7th season with the team, which is quite a nice number, but it's also had ramifications in regards to the driver market in the WRC. Now, part of this is because of the fact that Sordo was actually contacted by Toyota. Don't know necessarily the ins and outs of that contract. It could have been that that was a full-time contract and he wanted to do a part-time deal, or it could be that it was also a part-time deal and Toyota's looking at moving over towards more of a mold that Hyundai has, where it's entering drivers on a kind of specialised round-by-round basis. What it does mean, however, is that Toyota are now free to negotiate with other drivers. One of the things I noticed when I was at World's Rally GB was Oitanak said that his decisions for 2020 weren't necessarily in his hands now. So he said what he wanted to say to the parties he's negotiating with, I'd say potentially like Hyundai and Toyota, and it's up to them to come to him with the offers now. However, Sordo rejoining for Hyundai kind of seals the second car in the team. So Thierry Neuville was contracted to do pretty much the full season. Sordo and Loeb are contracted to do essentially half the season each. Which opens up interpretation for what's going to happen to the third car. Because Andreas Mikkelsen has finally found a kind of groove with the i20. It's taken him, a season and a half, nearly 2 seasons now, to get into a point where he's comfortable in the car and delivering consistent, strong results. What that means, however, is will he be contracted to the full season? Hyundai also have some other drivers in their roster they might want to give these drives to. Hayden Paddon, for example, or Craig Breen, who has been doing outings this season with Hyundai, and depending on how Danny Sordo does in Spain in 2 weeks' time, could potentially do Australia as well. But you also have people sitting on the periphery. You have people like Jari Huttunen, who was essentially signed as a kind of junior driver and has made some appearances with Hyundai Motorsport Group in select WRC2 events this season. You also have people like, for example, Kalle Rovanperä. Whilst it is very much widely known that he's been contacted by Tomi Mäkinen and is doing expected testing with Toyota and potentially a program next season, it's no secret that Adamo and Hyundai have been trying to sign Rovanperä for multiple seasons. So it could be that you'd see somebody like Rovanperä get into the seat as well. Most likely, however, it will be somebody from their current selection of people like Mikkelsen, Breen and Paddon. That said, that will have to be deals that these drivers are happy to do, provided they weren't offered deals elsewhere. You have to remember, with the WRC silly season, most teams are up in the air. In fact, the only one that is concrete is Citroën with Lappi and Ogier. Hyundai have now sort of settled with Neuville and the split deal between Sordo and Loeb. However, they're most likely to be entering 3 cars because they're going to have the manufacturer backing. So it depends, who are they going to put into this third car, and will it be a full-time driver or will it be multiple part-time drivers? My personal opinion is that it's going to be more part-time drivers. Potentially going, Thierry can do the push for the championship, but recognising that Andreas has had a really good run with Hyundai over the past couple of seasons, especially more so this season, and is likely to keep him in the roster, but at the same time would also want somebody like a Craig Breen or a Hayden Paddon in there. Of course, this is up to their negotiations with other teams as well. Toyota don't have any contracted drivers for next season, and neither do M Sport. So it could be that Mikkelsen or Breen or Paddon could agree a contract with M Sport, like Hayden's doing Rally Australia, had agreed to do Rally Finland before the pre-event crash, and did Rally GB last weekend in the WRC2 car. Mikkelsen, of course, did some driving for M Sport previously as well. And on top of that, Craig Breen, former WRC Academy winner. Any of them could feasibly look at going to somewhere like M Sport, or potentially even Toyota, because Tommy Mäkinen has got interest in signing pretty much any of them. But Tommy has got a massive pool of drivers in Jari-Matti Latvala, Kalle Rovanperä, Chris Meek, Oit Tanak. The list can go on. But those are my thoughts on it. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Tomorrow's video will be a preview for the Japanese Grand Prix, barring any kind of big dramas. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.